Hope everyone had a happy, safe holiday season. Looking forward to getting a great class in with you guys. I'm just going to make a quick minor adjustment to my camera. You guys, just a little bit better of a viewing angle. Straighten you out a bit. There we go. Hope everyone had a great, safe, happy holiday season. Looking forward to getting a great training session in with everyone. So we're going to be doing a lot of this statically. If you don't have a large bow, you could use like a broomstick, something short, just based off the space that you've got. Let's bow in, guys. Attention. Bow. Okay, so starting things off, guys, is what we're going to work on is we're just going to do a quick warm-up. We're going to start off with some bow jacks today, okay? So together with me, just nice and easy, just getting those muscles warmed up. Just up and down, nice and easy. I always like to kind of get like a full body cardio workout, or warm-up in, I guess you could say, before I start going, just to make sure that I'm all kind of like limbered up and ready to go. Over the Christmas break, I did a whole lot of relaxation, and now I'm ready to get back into everything. Really looking forward to getting back into my usual routine, okay? Next one we're going to work on is bow squats, okay? So all we're going to do is go down, squat, punch that bow out. We're going to be using that overhand grip, okay? So starting off with me, just going to move up a little bit for you guys, okay? Going down, squat, and up. Down. It's nice and easy on your own. When I do this one, I use a rattan bow, guys, and it's what I like is I can kind of feel the bow vibrating on the ends based on how hard I'm punching that bow out. So that's just like a nice little indicator for me to make sure that I'm putting the proper amount of force in. You guys will also notice getting down into a fairly deep squat. I'm sure some of us can go quite a bit deeper than that, but that definitely warms up my legs. Okay, shake that one out, resting. Okay, next one we're going to work on for our warm-up is kind of get our shoulders a little bit warmed up. We're going to do some flourishing, okay? So all we're doing is just going back and forth with the bow. Just nice and easy is what we're looking at, is just limbering up the joints, okay? If you're not sure how to flourish, just kind of moves in a figure 8 circular motion. It's basically, the way I like to explain this one, is almost like you're rowing a boat, okay? Okay, and that's how what we're going to do is we're going to try and switch on the fly, okay? If you're not ready for that yet, just stop, reset yourself, and go to a left hand in front first. So I'm going to switch. So now my left foot is in front, my left hand is in front. When I do these butterflies, sorry, not butterflies, when I do this flourishing, guys, I try and keep the bow fairly close to my body. And that really is helped by keeping my wrists nice and loose. I don't want to really grab that bow real tight, okay? Resting that one out. Last part of our warm-up, guys, we're going to be working on our striking angles, okay? So angles 1 through 8. We're going to go through 1 through 8 fairly slow, and then we're going to just gradually build it up till we're at a nice intensity. Okay, so we're going to start in a right fighting stance, right dominant. All we're going to do is just go through all 8 angles. So angle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you guys will notice, I'm using my hips when I go through this. It's really going to assist with the power, okay? So we do want to still focus on having nice, clean hip rotation on that. Again, we're going to add a little power. We're in right dominant still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time on this side, guys, and is what we're going to do is just go at a fairly decent intensity now, okay? So I'm going to go right through that target, and when I stop, I want to stop that bow with control. It just really adds that emphasis of power and control over the bow. Together with me. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Let's switch sides. Now the striking angles, they don't change, guys, okay? So even though now I'm in left dominant, I'm going to start on angle 2, okay? Together with me, angle 2, 1, 4, 3, 6, 5, 7, 8. Again, so we're in that left dominant. We want to add just a little bit more power. Angle 2. 1, 4, 3, 6, 5, 7, 8. Okay, one more time. It's a good amount of intensity this time, guys, okay? Left fighting stance. Together with me. 2, 1, 4, 3, 6, 5, 7, 8. Good. Shake it out, guys. Let's grab a quick water, and then we're going to get right into our lesson plan. I'm just going to grab a quick water with you. Okay, so what we're going to start off with today, guys, is there's going to be a heavy emphasis on some combative bow today. We're going to start with an Okinawan 4-point strike. We're going to lead with an overhead front strike leading into an Okinawan 4-point strike. So I'll demonstrate from a couple different angles. So we're going to start off overhead front strike, and then we're going to do a 4-point Okinawan. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, different angle for you. And overhead front strike, Okinawan 4-point. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once from this side, overhead front strike, up, down, side, side, okay? So we're going through that strike. The Okinawan 4-point starts with the heel, comes up, down, it stops on my hip. I bring it around, and then I hit with the heel and then the tip, okay? So we're gonna go through this. We're gonna work both sides. Follow along as best you can, okay? Starting off with a right dominant, right fighting stance. All I'm going to do is go overhead front strike, Okinawan 4-point. Yeah, I'm going to do a few on different sides, different directions, just to give you guys a nice variety. I'll try and mix it up so that you guys can see from all angles. And don't forget, make sure this is a follow-along class, guys. Off the couch, grab your bow or grab something like a bow and train with me. And 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Now keep in mind, guys, when I'm going through this, if you notice, I'm making sure I pay really close attention to making sure each strike is clean and on its own. I'm not blending any of them together. So when I'm going through some of these strikes, you know, I don't want to just do my overhead and then go into my 4-point and have them all merge together. I want to make sure that each technique has power in its own, and that's one of the things I really want to emphasize in today's class. We want to make sure that we're doing clean technique throughout the whole class. Okay, let's do a couple more on this side, and then we're going to switch to left dominant. Okay, give you guys a rear view, and 1, and a side view. 2. Okay, we're going to switch sides. We're going to do the same side now. Sorry, the other side now. Same drill. Okay, so we're going to lead off with that overhead front strike. My left hand, left foot should be in front. Up, down, side, side. Okay, together with me, guys. And 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. You guys will notice I'm still making sure I snap that wrist every time on those overhead front strikes. 7. 8. 9, and 10. The left side may feel a little awkward. Just means you need more reps. If you're right-handed, it's very possible. If you're left-handed, you may find that side's more comfortable. Moving on, guys. Next drill we're going to work on is going to be, we're going to build on that Okinawan 4-point, and we're going to lead it in with a combative, or finish off with a combative thrust. Okay, so what we're imagining is that we did that strike, possibly staggered somebody. I'm just going to follow up with a quick combative thrust. I want to make sure that when I strike with that bow, I retract it quickly, okay? So it's not going to be a strike where I hold it, okay? It's very combative. I want to be here, do my strike, slide in, pull that bow back quickly to prevent any chance of being disarmed. So, start that one off in right dominant. I'm just going to give you guys various angles, so follow along with me. Okay, we're going to start with that 4-point. 1, 2, 3, 4, followed with a thrust. Okay, and again, we want to snap those wrists on that strike, twisting them, simulating like what we would for a normal martial arts punch. Together with me. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one on this side, guys. 10. Good. Should be feeling a good workout in those shoulders right now. For those of you that don't know, I do sweat like a bit of a hog when I'm working out, so hopefully you guys are getting a good sweat in too. Okay, we're going to go into that left dominant, okay? And what we're going to do is the same strike. We're going to come in 4-point, 1, 2, 3, 4, thrust. I still want to make sure I'm twisting those wrists on that thrust. And on that last overhead front strike, 1, 2, 3, 4, I still want to snap that wrist into that last shot, making sure that I get that good power aspect. Together with me, guys, let's go. And 1. 2. Still making sure we do not blend those techniques together, guys. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Last one, guys. And 8. Good work, guys. Shake it out. We got one more drill, and then we're going to get a quick water break. Okay. Next drill we're going to work on, guys, is that Okinawan 4-point again. I really want us to refine that one today. We're going to follow it up this time with a curl block, and then we're going to do an advancing poke. So my idea behind this one would be that you're doing a 4-point strike on someone. They follow up with some sort of a thrust. It's going to step to the back, curl block that away. Then I'm going to follow up, I'm going to follow up with that advancing poke. Now when I'm poking through, guys, I don't want to slide this front hand back. I want to push the back hand forward. I'm still going to twist my wrist as I go through. Okay, so I'm here. So you can play around with this one a little bit. You could pick different targets of the body that you want to hit on that poke. You could go for the throat, somewhere in the face, the solar plexus, even the groin. I always think that the throat would be a nice target. It is very small though. You're hitting it with a very small point on the bow as well. So to me, that would be a really high accuracy strike. So that's something to consider. When I work out with Bob, I do like to do that to help me practice that accuracy. Okay, you'll find that one hand is probably more accurate than the other, depending on which hand you're poking with. Okay, so this is how it's going to look. We're going to do an Okinawan 4-point. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to back up curl block, and then I'm going to advance and poke, okay? So I'm retreating and then advancing on that one, okay? Together with me, guys, we're going to do about 8 of these. Get in a little bit better of a view for you guys. And 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Make sure you guys don't slide that hand back. Push the other one forward. The lead hand is just a guide. Last one, 8. Good, let's switch hands. Left dominant. We're in that left fighting stance. Left dominant hold. It's going to go Okinawan 4-point. 1, 2, 3, 4. Curl, poke. Now this one, I find the poke I have more control because I'm using my right hand. But Okinawan 4-point, a little more challenging because I'm right-handed and my left hand is the one leading this time. Together with me, guys, do about 8 or so. And 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Last one. And 8. Good job, guys. Shake it out. Let's grab a quick water. We're going to move on to our next combat section. It's always good to have a nice mix, guys, of training. It's always good to blend in some combat, some kata, some visual stuff. I like really balanced training, even throw in some sparring for some practical application. Okay, so next one we're going to work on, guys, is going to be just some one-stepping. So I'm going to start with a shield block, okay? So that's what I'm going to do for the shield blocks. I'm just going to get in a really neutral stance. I'm going to imagine the angle, the strike is coming in to my open side. I'm going to come across and block. From there, I'm just going to sneak the bow back just a little bit. I'm going to come up with a groin strike or an angle 7 strike, okay? I'm going to follow that up with either an angle 1 or angle 8, depending on which section of the body you're hitting. If you're aiming for like the shoulder blade, the neck, that'd be like an angle 1 or 2, depending on which hand you're using. Or if it's more down on the crown of the head, that'd be like an angle 8 strike, okay? So again, we're going to be here. I'm going to push that across as I step my foot out, getting some nice leverage when I do that. Coming across, slide in, okay? Right in for the groin shot, and then I'm going to come down. So your opponent kind of simulating to be in like this, and then the strike would come maybe down on the back of their head or the crown or the shoulder, depending on where you're going for, okay? So we're going to do about 8 per side, okay? Focusing on a strike coming to my open side. Of course, you could do this to the dead side too. You could come up, but you'd have to kind of switch to maybe like a reverse thrust, overhead front strike. Something that makes sense. We don't want it to look really mechanical or forced. It should always flow freely, okay? So typically with my counters, I like to use the tip or the heel as like a part of a 2-part counter. So they kind of work nicely together, the groin strike and then up top with that angle 8 or angle 1 or 2. Together with me, guys. And 1. Really explode on this one, guys. This would be like a self-defense type technique. And 2. Lots of power. 3. Use those hips on that final strike. You'll notice it really makes a big impact on your power level. Let's see, what were we on? 3 maybe. 3. 4, 5. Still twisting my wrist, guys, on that last shot. 6, 7. Last one coming right at you, guys. And 8. Switch. Okay, we're going to go left-handed now. I'm still blocking to that open side. So I'm here, coming across, block, angle 7, angle 2 or angle 1, or sorry, angle 2 or angle 8, depending on where you want to go. Okay, together with me, guys. And 1. Imagine that imaginary target, guys, that you're visualizing, making contact with, just to add that realistic effect. Of course, if you have a bob, that's even better. Okay. Let's do 3 more. 1. If you guys notice, I'm still using my hips. 2. Last one. Coming right at you again. Nice and neutral. And 3. Good work, guys. Shake it out. I'm going to move on to the next section. The next drill. Okay? This one's called the rolling overhead front strike. It's probably one of my favorite counters in bow. It's really smooth, really powerful. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get into more of a longer grip on this one, okay? So what it is it's basically going to be a vertical parry to my low side, and all I'm going to do is bring that bow down. Now, I'm simulating someone's coming in with some sort of a low line attack. This may get knocked back a little bit, so I want to make sure my hands have some fairly good distance apart. If they're together, there's going to be way less control on the bow. Okay, so keep that in mind. You can go into a longer grip on this one. You still want to have that control of the bow. Okay, so keep that in mind. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide back, do that vertical parry, and then all we're going to do is continue the momentum down into that strike. Now I'm going to step into that one. So what that's going to do is it's going to add that little extra amount of force into the strike. On this one, I like to think it's an angle 8 strike coming right down on the crown of somebody's head. Sounds awful, but it's really satisfying to do this one. Okay, so let's do a few together. Okay, so we're going to be here. I like to slide back and then strike. Now, if you guys notice, I have a rattan bow. It's wood. It has all kinds of flex in it. So you may see the tip of my bow wobbling. That's really what I'm going for with a rattan bow. Obviously, this wouldn't work with a hardwood or graphite bow. There's got to have some flex. It's got to be a fibrous wood, really. Okay, so a few with me together, and 1, 2. I like to just hesitate just a second to make sure that I'm emphasizing that I actually am making contact on a block. 3, 4, 5, 6. My hands are getting sweaty now, guys. 7. I don't have any chalk for those that are thinking that. Let's do 2 more. 1 and 2. Good. Let's switch sides. Okay, we're going to do that left side, same principles. Okay, I'm going to slide back a little bit, making sure my hands still have some good length between them so that I have lots of bow control. I'm going to block, then I'm just going to bring it around and over. I want to step into it just to add that power. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good work, guys. I'm getting tired. Okay, we got 1 more before we do our team building. Okay, let's work this sucker out. Okay, the next one we're going to do, I just need a quick water, guys. 5-second water break for Sensei Nathan. If you guys have noticed, I go full out in these classes. I really hope that you guys are following along and doing the best you can as well. The next one, I'm going to be doing an angle block in a 50-50 back stance, okay? I'm going to follow that up with an overhead front strike. I like this one quite a bit too. I'm going to be in my, just a fighting stance, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide back, and I'm going to get into that angle block in a nice deep 50-50 back stance, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the bow around and do my strike. Now, I want clear, defined movements in this one as well, so I don't want to step back and then kind of prepare myself and do my strike. I want it to be very precise, okay? Another example of what I do not want to see would be that we're here and it turns into like some sort of a variation between that rolling overhead front strike and angle block. So we're demonstrating power and technique in this one, okay? So the stance in particular, we're going to be moving from that 50-50 back stance into a forward stance. So I'd like us to place high emphasis on this one, okay? The stances in particular. Okay, so together with me, guys, we're starting off in a right dominant, okay? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one, guys, 8. Let's switch sides. I'm going to finish this out. Left dominant, so I slide back, turn around, overhead front strike in a forward stance. Together with me, guys, we're on the home stretch. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, still snapping that wrist, guys, 7, 8. Good work, guys. Whew. I am tired. Okay, last thing we're going to work on before we bow out. We're going to do an overhead rib strike challenge. Okay, so I'm going to set my timer over here. So we're going to go, guys, for 20 seconds, okay? Now, the key on this one, I want us to get into a left dominant. Actually, I want us to get into a non-dominant stance grip in a horse stance, okay? So you're going to fold that bow underneath your arm. Now, this is what the overhead rib strike looks like. We're going to do doubles, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So a double overhead rib strike counts as 1, okay? So I'm right-handed, so I'm going to use my left hand to start, okay? So this is just for fun. If you know the overhead rib strike, push yourself. If you're just learning it, really try and make sure you get those mechanics down, getting the bow all the way over your head, all the way back. We want a nice clean transition over the head so that we don't clip our head, okay? So I'm going to start my timer. Okay, let's get in ready stance. So that's a nice horse riding stance. Okay, I'm going to angle myself slightly, guys, so I can see my phone. Ready, go. Time. I got 8.5, guys, in 20 seconds. So keep in mind, guys, that was a double overhead rib strike. Okay, shake it out. Great workout today, guys. As you can see, I'm huffing and puffing. I really enjoy getting a really good upper body bow workout. Let's bow out, guys. Attention. Bow. Hope you guys enjoyed that class. I'll stick around for a couple minutes from the comments. If you guys have any comments, I'd love to answer them. Have a great day. Have a great day, guys. Take care. Happy New Year. Any questions or comments, guys? Gavin, thanks so much for coming, sir. I hope you got a great workout in. As you can see, I'm really sweating right now. Hey, Raphael. Thanks for coming to class. I hope you enjoyed it, sir. It's great seeing you doing all your work on the dashboard. Really, really good to see. You're developing a long way. Today's class was actually quite a bit different than some of the beginner level classes. It's nice to see some of that exposure that you're going to get moving forward. Thank you, sir. I hope you enjoyed that class. No problem, Gavin. Sorry, ma'am, I hope I'm pronouncing your this name right. Kashang, I think, maybe, hopefully. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come train with me. John, Happy New Year to you. Yeah, hopefully I'm glad you enjoyed that class. Damika, thank you for coming. Oh, as you guys can see, I really sweat when I'm doing this class. I really hope that you guys are getting that type of a workout in too. It pairs, like as you guys know, I do Taekwondo also, and Ultimate Bow just pairs with it so nicely. Oh, I'm glad you caught the end of it there, Neil. I'm not sure what time it is in the UK. It's probably like, I don't know, quite late at night, I would think. Gavin, my next Zoom class is going to be next Saturday. It's going to be at 4 p.m. Saskatchewan time. I've had to make a lot of adjustments to that Zoom class time, just based off of, we really had to expand my local school's programs because of public health guidelines and things like that. So some of it actually spilled over into my normally scheduled Zoom time. So it's going to be 4 p.m. Saskatchewan time. 5 p.m., Neil, that's not bad at all, sir. That's not bad at all. Now you can have some supper. This class should be available on YouTube, Tamika, and it also eventually will get put onto the GMAU channel. Gavin, I'm not sure which, it's next Saturday at 4 p.m. I can't remember if that's the 9th or not. If it wasn't to the 9th, let me know, because it's next Saturday. I maybe put the wrong day. Yeah, Saturday, January 9th, I think is the date, and it'd be at like 4 p.m. Saskatchewan time on that next Saturday. Okay, guys. Thanks, Gavin. Hope everyone has a great day. Happy New Year to everyone. Really glad that you guys could make my class. Have a great day, guys, and take care.